Sagittarius. So I'm going to keep these shorter. But this is going to be, because I know I may speak about love, but I don't focus specifically on the romance and things like that. But I feel like it's time to switch it up. Because if you're implementing any of the actual practical knowledge that you're getting from here, from other places or whatever, then it's something that you just have to keep doing. It's not that once that week is over or once that month is over that these things no longer apply. You just keep applying them, right? So I do want to go ahead and touch on the love part, because I know so many people want to get to it so quick. You know, they want to hear the love messages. Okay, cool. That's fine. But what I decided to do was to get a playlist and hit shuffle and go down the signs based on the statistics and algorithm that I'm peeping with my videos. So I have my order of my videos. I already know what song relates to you in this time period. I really want to make this till the end of August and kind of do it in a bi-weekly type of fashion. Just to hear about love every 48 hours, like people are waiting on pins and needles to see how their own love life is going to play out, instead of living and experiencing love for themselves with their own discernment. So I'm going to choose one card. Okay, we have self-discipline. I'm going to set that there. That's root chakra and heart chakra. And health is at the bottom. Okay, so these two are important. 7/4, 4th of July is important, but also it's still a root chakra thing. It's still a root chakra focus. And we have self-discipline with the heart chakra, and we have health when it comes to the crown. What you're deciding to wear, these hats you're deciding to wear, or these the information that you're actually taking in. How it relates to love, though, it's you're getting the healing messages that are supposed to ground you, that you're supposed to actually bring down to the 3D realm and put into practice. And the self-discipline is where your heart has always told you wanted certain things, or that you like certain things. You're being put on, not restriction. You're able to tell yourself, no, not right now. No, this isn't what's best. You're able to discipline yourself in that love regard. So that's the way love goes came up for you. I didn't know this was a part of the playlist. Like I said, I hit shuffle and it's maybe 30, 40 songs, and only 12 are making the cut for the signs this bi-weekly portion, whatever. So I will pull the crystals though. That's the way love goes. It's a really deep, satisfying, like sensual, but it's Taurus energy. Janet Jackson is a Taurus, and she does like the physical sensations and things like that, but it's like taking her mind and her spirit to another height of love. It's that high height of love. So for this, I'm getting that two people could be sharing a habit, that they could be both getting high in order to feel everything in an amplified manner, or that the person you're connecting to or you are altering their state of mind and their state of consciousness in order to engage in a sexual liaison or whatever. It just makes it seem like it's just that much more engaging. Like it feels that much more special because you're so high when you do it, and not so high as in the amount of highness, but you're higher up than you would be in a sober state. So therefore you experience it with a more intensity, right? So people have this tendency, if they're not experience extreme highs or extreme lows, they tend to forget and to live in the middle. They don't understand the balance. It's like the only thing that people remember, their memories are based off of extreme disappointment and hardship and heartbreak, or extreme highs of euphoric love making or excitement and things like that. So when it comes to Sagittarius as a sign, you are pointed towards the heavens. So you are looking for that height and that highness when it comes to sexual encounters and things like that. You want something that's really going to make you like take you out of your element. You know, heat rises, and so does the effect of fire rising to the top, or being at the, you know, the highest you've ever been, is really appealing, but it can also be dangerous. So I want you to be aware of that. So when it comes to the sexual union, oh yeah, I have to give you the lesson with it. I can't just tell you, oh, somebody's coming in and y'all gonna have some good sex and this and that. I can't. I just don't read that way. I'm gonna tell you the health behind it, and I'm also gonna tell you the lesson behind it too. But I have to let you know, that's the way love goes. Even look at the artist as an example. She has had multiple marriages, multiple encounters with people, and it was based off the height of something, and there was a sense of stability wanting to be had with these things. You have this root chakra here, but the self-discipline, it felt good in the moments, it felt high in the moments, but those highs wore off. So there is a discipline when it comes to your health overall, when it comes to your stability, because these things will rattle you. They will, it's like snatching a rug from under your feet if you don't have this firm foundation of health and discipline when it comes to the love you're engaging in. Is it love based? Because that song, That's the Way Love Goes, is talking about love when it's fresh, when it's new, when it's still exciting. But when the criteria that you've chosen this love connection on starts to fade, and it really isn't there because you've been in the highs for so long that you don't really understand the lows, because that balance wasn't there and that discipline wasn't there, it tends to have a very dramatic effect on you. And therefore, even after the relationship is no longer there, it lingers because the lows and the highs are what you remember most about it. We have the moon, and this is that intensity that I'm getting. We also have the 8 of Cups, but it's in the reverse. 7 of Wands. That is a sense of closeness. And we have the sun. So the sun and the moon. This is what I'm saying, the highs and the lows. The sun and the moon both rise and they set. And it's really, in the Hierophant is also a card that came out. So with me even speaking on the Taurus energy, you want stability in this energy, but the energy itself is not stable. That's the Way Love Goes is a good song when you're in the beginning stages and getting to know one another and things like that. That's cool. That's by the light of the moon. You even have a 2 of Cups here. And I get it. Okay, cool. But when the sun comes up, who you are and what you're really capable of are not going to be those heights when people's states of consciousness are different. Who you are by the sun and who you are by the moon are two different people, unless your sun and moon sign are the same. So there's a different way that, this is like split nature to me. This isn't even, I don't even see this as for people in this instance. It's like a reflection of what you desire and what, the things that you play out by night under the sheets with another person. In the daytime, you're someone else. And there's a difference. And let me slow down. The messages are they're coming in pretty fast. There's a sense of vanity here, and there's also a sense of indulgence. Okay, this person is really looking at themselves being and becoming or enacting an ego, an alter ego that isn't necessarily them on an everyday basis, but a part of their darker nature. They're the part of them that they don't get to express very often. It does come out when they do have sex. And this is a moon card. But the sun, though, like who you are on just in everyday consciousness and things like that, and how you want to be perceived is completely different. There is no combination of the two. There's no real integration because of the heights and then the lows. It's like once you come down, it's like, okay, I'm back to normal. Let's handle business. But it's like when one person is not high enough to reach these heights in the moon card, you start to feel like something's wrong, or they're different, they've changed. That's not it. It's the intensity and the height of it that a person is seeking in order to get that satisfaction that is throwing off the natural vibration of the relationship. It seems like it's too boring, it's too dull, it's too, they need something more exciting. So even though fire is represented here with the sun, it's not, this moon energy is not sustainable with this hierophant. The sun energy would be more sustainable with this hierophant. So we have the Seven of Wands, and there is a sense of closeness getting here, but still a sense of, kind of, sort of, I don't know. It's like without the heights, you're really not going to get the same bodily responses, the same cues. You're really not going to get the same sense of engagement with another person. There's going to be a sense of eerie, should I, shouldn't I, a little bit of distance. It's because of the sense of the moon that was here. This is what two people have bonded in subconscious energy, in the heights of switching consciousness to a state that is not normal of their everyday consciousness. And therefore, it takes a lot more to get back there. So after the first couple of encounters of being in this height of energy under the influence of the moon, when the sun comes out, there's this Eight of Cups, it's like a pull and push and run and come back, and it's a back and forth type of energy that really isn't conducive to your mental health, not your stability at all, not your emotional health either. Like, your heart doesn't know what the hell is going on, and it's because you're freaking by day but trying to love by but trying to, like, it's freaking by night but loving by day. And it's like, but the freaking at night is not it's not love based, it's intensity based, it's desire based, it's like satisfaction based, because it gives such a euphoric feeling that all these dopamines and hormones are running through you. So when it wears off and you're seeing everything that's evident with the sun, it's like some of this shit ain't adding up. I don't feel that same sense of excitement for this person or for this situation. I don't have that same sense of sex appeal. So I have to hit this blunt, or I got to drink this drink, or I got to make sure that the sun is already going down and I take my shower in my sexy time. These things typically happen when the moon comes up and the sun goes down. So you have to understand the nature of people. They shift when the sun goes down into another type of being, another type of person, and their sexual nature does too. So also just be aware when people do have to smoke in order to perform in these, or drink, or do whatever they're doing in order to have this sense of closeness with you, because it would show you in their everyday life they really don't have it in them to be very close and comforting and open. This guy is robed and the women in front of him are vulnerable. So you by day may be vulnerable, and by night this person is exposed with you. So there's a sense of togetherness, and there's a sense of both being on the same page. So you may end up in a state of confusion, because it's like, well, we just had such a great night, or we have such great sexual chemistry and encounters, but by the sun, when it's daytime and daylight and time to handle business, they don't have this sense of the same type of affection and affinity towards you that they would in those heights of lovemaking or fucking or having sex. They're all different, trust me. So it just goes to show, like, you be careful how you're dealing with people, especially, and I say marijuana and alcohol especially, because it does alter their state of consciousness, their actions, and their thought process, and it enhances their performance to a certain extent, makes their body more sensitive, and their fluidity, or their inhibitions are lowered, and therefore you're getting a different side of them. Excuse me. Oh, good gracious. That may be more Two of Cups, Four of Swords. They really don't want you speaking on this or bringing this up. They don't want you talking about it to other people. So by day, they may show something completely different or have something else to prove. And by night, they're with you, and this is how it goes. I'll see y'all next time.